Ever feel like you spend more time wrangling day-to-day tasks like listing descriptions, marketing ideas, and client follow-ups rather than actually selling and listing houses? Yeah, being an agent sometimes feels less like closing deals and more like herding cats with a lasso. That's where Prompt Cowboy rides in. This AI sidekick turns your chaotic to-do list like emails, social posts, and marketing content faster than you can say open house snacks. So stick around because in this video, I'm going to show you how Prompt Cowboy, since it's been introduced to me, has saved not only me, but also all my agents that I work with hours every week and keeps new agents from drowning in overwhelm, and seasoned ones too. We're not going to forget you. So you can spend less time typing and more time closing. So come along with me, saddle up your horse, and let's get ready to ride. So let's get right into it. First, what you want to do is go to promptcowboy.ai. And once you're there, this is what the interface will look like. I love Prompt Cowboy. I use it every time that I am opening up some kind of AI feature, whether that is in Canva, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever large language model you're using, or even whatever AI program you're using. What I typically do is go to Prompt Cowboy, go to my large language model, and then if you are using another AI, like let's say Gamma AI, then I will take what I've created in ChatGPT, that's my large language model of choice, and then I will go over there. So let's just get into the interface here. To start out, all you need to do, you can either hit new prompt or start right here. What you will see down here is you can do research topic, analyzing data, draft document. These 5 things are really great. These are what you typically use a large language model for. But really what this is doing is you can take what they call a lazy prompt, and we all know, if we don't, I'm going to tell you right now, when you put garbage in a ChatGPT or any AI model, you're usually going to get garbage out. So the more that you can build your prompt out, the better your output's going to get. So if you're getting really frustrated with ChatGPT or using any AI, it's probably because your prompting is just weak. So here is where you can go in and you can type your lazy prompt, and the brilliance of Prompt Cowboy is it's going to expand it. So the other part of prompting, just so you know, is that you typically want to give it its task. So we can give it its task of, you are a YouTube expert specializing in real estate, and you can put in your market area if you would like. I'm just going to leave it basic for now. And then you give it like, what are you going to do? So I am building a channel where I can showcase my market. Again, we can be very generic here, but first give it its job, give it what you're doing. I would like you to suggest, and this is where you're going to expand, suggest topics, descriptions, scripts, thumbnails, hashtags, tags, and chapters. And then my piece of the resistance that I put here is you always want to give it some kind of emotion. This actually really elevates your prompt. So I can say, if we don't get this correct, I will have to stop being an agent and work a 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
All right, so from here, we've got our basic prompt. And what we're gonna just do is simply hit the arrow and Prompt Cowboy is gonna do its thing. So you can see here, it takes our lazy prompt and it turns it into a great prompt. Again, it's giving you the framework of how a prompt should be set up. The situation, the task, the objective, the knowledge, and then if you see down here, it does give a little bit more of the emotion. Now, this is great. You can go from here and hit copy, and I love this feature that it does open into the top large language models that are used. Or if you read through this and you're like, I think I need to add a little bit more. Well, over here, there's questions that you can start doing. So it's asking what our market area is. Let's just pick Denver. Do you have examples? Let's see. I don't, so I can skip this, but if you do, you can incorporate it there. And then, what's your target audience? Let's say we want first-time home buyers in their 30s and families relocating to California. And the great part about this too is if the suggestion that they have examples here, you can go ahead and you can type in here as well if you don't see your answer to what they're asking. So then we can go and we can hit improve prompt. And while we're waiting, you can see over here, it does start to remember some of your prompts. And the great part about this, and I didn't even mention this, is that Prompt Cowboy is free. So how does it get any better than that? All right, so this is looking pretty good. You're a YouTube strategist and real estate marketing expert with deep experience in creating successful real estate YouTube channels. You understand the unique challenges. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you can go through this and read it. I do always love this analogy. It came from one of our stars in the Star Power Network, Seth Daly, and he said, you have to look at AI as you're the pilot. So you do 20% of the work, AI is going to do 80% of the work.
Leave Indio to me.
You've got to do the 10% of taking it off. That's really your prompt and what you want to do with it. Let AI do the 80%, and then the last 10% is you land the plane. So we haven't got to landing the plane yet. We're in the first 10%. So we're going to copy this. We can either go to ChatGPT if you have it open, or just go ahead and hit it. And then you go over here and you paste it in. And then from there, we're just going to let ChatGPT do its thing and see what it comes up with. It should come up with a whole content strategy. So right here, it's building out 12 weeks for my real estate here in Denver. So neighborhood authority, Denver suburbs. This is looking pretty good. Week 1, top 5 Denver suburbs for families in 2025. And then it also does give, I would say, this little hook at the beginning. You can go back after each one of these if you're reading through it, and you can say, hey, I would love a full script. So that's what our next one is. And again, I'm just going to go back to Prompt Cowboy, and I'm going to go in here and ask it to be a YouTube script expert. And then I want it to use Brendan Kane's hook point to create a script. So I'm going to go over there, hit this again. Copying it, going back to where we were, and then I'm going to put, is that where we were? Yeah. Oh, here we are. I'm going to put it here, and then I am also going to, let's just say we like this one. Incorporate the first. Oh. And I realize you're still on Prompt Prompt Cowboy. I'm sorry. What I did was I went over to ChatGPT. I pasted in our first prompt, and then it built this out. So then I went back to ChatGPT, added in that new prompt that we created, and now I'm going to, if you hit Shift Return on a Mac, it does tab down, and then I'm going to paste in that first topic that it was giving me, at least in this example. But you'll see every prompt that you do is a little bit different, but I always love going back to Prompt Cowboy. Again, it's just building out a fuller, robust prompt for you, and you can see just the output of if we would have put in the lazy prompt that we originally came out with, we wouldn't have came up with this example here. So like week 1, it wouldn't have spit out our topic, the description, the hook, the thumbnail ideas, hashtags. And here it goes. Now I have my script based on the Hook Point Breakdown, which is a great book. If you've never read that, I do highly suggest Brendan Kane's Hook Point. But here it is, and you can go ahead and it'll remind you, switch to a warm smile, a conversational tone. It's giving you just keynotes on while you are creating this video, what to do and what to say if you need that further point, or it is just a great idea to have it generate you a script just so you can get your wheels turning on how you can create that video. So this was just an example of how I used Prompt Cowboy in order to create YouTube videos. However, you can use Prompt Cowboy for anything. I have gone back and I've used it to create custom GPTs, and this is awesome. You can go in here in your day-to-day tasks. Let's say you have a specific system that you have in place on how you check the MLS and all of that. You can go in here and you can describe its purpose and then go and create custom GPTs. So what I would suggest to you is start playing with Prompt Cowboy, get comfortable with it, and see how much elevation you get by using Prompt Cowboy over your prompts that you were previously using. So if there was something that you were really stuck with and struggling, now go back with Prompt Cowboy and put that prompt in, and then have Prompt Cowboy lasso you an even better prompt, and then create a new chat within your ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever model you're using, and see if that helps you moving forward. Please feel free to reach out to us with any further videos or questions that you may have, because I would love to expand your knowledge and just empower you to move forward in this wild, wild west of AI. So thanks for joining me so much. I look forward to hearing your comments and see you on the next video.